Yeah. Come on. Welcome.
Good afternoon. Sean Higgs coming at you here. A little midday money on a Sunday. NFL wildcard weekend continues the 15th of January. Like, subscribe, ring the bell if you're watching. Maybe you're on the YouTube channel, Facebook page. Super duper, as I'm getting all caught up in my wires here from my headset. On the YouTube and Facebook channels, the link is there. To believe. It's on all your favorite podcast channels. All right. So you could go and you don't have to listen today, tomorrow, down the road. Doesn't make a difference. We're here. Amazon Music, Spotify, Stitcher, all types of, Apple, iHeartRadio. Find it all your favorite places. I'm just putting up all the lines here because I know we're going to have some questions specifically about these monster NHL games. So there's that. I'll put up in the chat as we speak the free picks on Twitter. Closing in on 3,000, almost back to my original Sean Higgs, which was I lost that account back from 2009. But if you're on Twitter, Mr. Sean Higgs, come give me a follow. Free picks posted in the Twitter universe. You don't want to miss out on that. So head on over to Twitter and let's get to the picks. Well, you know what? I don't even know if I should start with we'll start. You know what? Let's start with a little rant on the Chargers, right? We'll start our little Charger rant. Now, I didn't have any money on this game. Player props. And yeah, player props yesterday. Not a bad day here. Charger player props, we go plus 245 with our Charger player props. We'll take it, right? We had Allen TD and Everett TD didn't get there, but Eckler 2 or more plus 170 and Palmer anytime touchdown 240. So plus 245 at our Charger props. We did have it here in the chat, the Chargers. We'll get to that. We'll get to that in a second. But as I said coming into that game, Stolly was the wild card. Talent-wise, this team is as good as the top three, right? Your Cincy, KC, and Buffalo team. You got a stud quarterback. You got, Eckler's a do-everything kind of guy. Allen's good. Defense got studs. But it would come down to a wacko head coach making wacko. And I don't want to hear, and we're going to get it. I've seen it already. Oh, I saw somebody. It's fixed. There's no way a team could not score any points. Score 3 points in the second half up to it. How about the coach is terrible? All right. I don't want to hear about, well, it's a false start. It's an offsides. It's a penalty. But it shouldn't even have been to that point. You're up 27-7. Make it 34-7 out of the third quarter. Make a stop. I say this all the time for football. When you get a bad backdoor, like, oh my goodness, they blew the lead. Make a stop up 27-7. How about forget making a stop? How about make a play on offense? Chargers. We've talked. I've talked. You've listened to me. Sean Payton, I always said the Rams, well, now McVay's coming back there. They had no draft picks anyway. Denver, no draft picks. Not going to go there. Dallas, why go there? I'm a Dallas guy. Got my Randy White Manster signed helmet. No, thank you. That's not where you want to be. I thought Arizona and the Chargers. And why not Chargers? You can this guy tomorrow. You have Peyton. What are the draft picks? Give him your number ones. You have a bona fide stud franchise QB. Goodbye. Trade the draft picks. Now, it's not, as I mentioned, him going to Denver when you got to face Mahomes and Herbert or whatever. I mean, now you're there. This is a team that gave Kansas City trouble anyway with a terrible head coach who couldn't make good decisions. Peyton, the Chargers. I don't want to say put in. Listen, if it doesn't happen, I'll shave my head. How about that? Is that a bet? I don't want to say I want to shave my eyebrows. I did that by accident once. I shaved one of them. I thought my clipper was on. I trimmed half of it a couple years ago. It happens. But yeah, paint the Chargers. I want to say put it in cement, black Sharpie it up. Won't be shocked by next weekend. Not one bit. Not one. But then again, I don't. The Charger owner. Where are the Charger fans at? What kind of owner you got out there? Any hoot. Let's go on to a recap of yesterday. Recapping of yesterday's picks. College hoops, bad. 1-4 in the video. 101 and 85 plus 415. Premiums basically split out 274 and 244 plus 674. Still, we're still up money, but you don't want to go 8 and 9 or whatever I did. 8 and 9 in college basketball. I had 2 half-point losers, a 2-point loser, and a 3-point loser. Rough one. It happens. NFL, 51 and 52 in the video, minus 890. We got to get on track in the video. We got a way to go. I don't know if I'm going to put up a $9 spot here. I do not count the props and stuff like that in our regular record. That kind of skews things abnormally there. Premium winner, best bet, Niners. What are we going to do? 126.75. 63%, crushing it. And I'll mention, listen, picks and parlays, winning free picks, sports capping. Sites I'm on, cap review. Nobody's close. Heck, you want to throw in other sites, Sports Memo and Vegas Insider with their cappers? No one's had a better NFL season. And we're going undefeated today. A couple more winners. Take care of business. Nothing NBA, hockey, college football, Major League Baseball. Nothing on the table. Although our, again, prop-wise, the Charger ones, plus 245, and our Frisco ones, plus 150. Debo didn't get it done for a touchdown, but we got the CMC touchdowns and his rushing, and Debo's rushing there. So plus 150, not bad. Plus 395 there, $100 players on your player props. And we got some more for today. So we'll get into today's picks. And here we go. College hoops. One game I did bet, Quinnipiac -6. That is where my money's at today, college basketball. Rutgers under 135. I did a little free pick video on that. I like the under in that one as well, so I put it in chat. NFL, we had Cincy up here all week -3. Minnesota -3. And then for our first half, I was looking up there, Cincy -6.5 and Bills -8.5 for their first half bets there, in case you're interested in those. And that's it. No Tim today. Tim is at the ECU game against South Florida. So I know we'll have some NBA talk. And I'll tell you, I have the Thunder, the +5 as my NBA free pickup. So there is that. Again, 23 and 25 with NBA free picks in a video, -170. My premiums, though, 14 and 14 +92. We'll take it. Plus money. End the season today. End it. All right, let's get into the chat to see how everybody is going today. This is me posting this at 9 o'clock in the morning because that was doing some laundry and getting the chat ready. We're live at 12 noon Eastern. Nobody cared. Morning, Michael. Good morning. Michael, I want to do a little, eventually we got to do we'll definitely do a basic little hot stove here with the Giants and just what is going on over there. I mean, what is the Giants plan? We'll talk about I want to talk about it. I'm sure people don't want to talk about it. Judge, I get it. You lost out on. Tough one. Correa, the injury thing. And I don't even mind them not going back to him for 6 years. That's fine. Trey Turner, we knew wasn't going to head over there. Dansby, I don't think you should have paid for him. Now, Xander, maybe. Maybe they break the bank for him. Fine. This team, though, let's be honest. You spent money on Conforto and Mitch Granger. Why? Just stink it up and come in next year. Huge. Machado's a free agent. Otani. Go big. This year, let's be honest. Dodgers, Padres. Probably, people are going to be down on the Dodgers losing some guys. Arizona, nice young team there. They got to be reckoned with coming down the line. Colorado, nothing. But, man, Mike, what are we doing? Machado and Otani next year for you guys? Gotta be. Markel, let's get it, fella. You know it. MKZ, what's the pick? How have you been? MKZ, have not seen you in a while. Today's picks, we got a couple here. Couple. College hoops, Rutgers, under, Quinnipiac. NFL, we have the Vikings, the Bills, first half, I should say, and Cincy first half. Thunder on NBA kind of things. And I did not put up, I should have added the player props when I was doing today's thing. So let me just throw out some player props for the chat here. Um, again, bet MGM with the odds. I hate putting out a specific book. I usually don't do that, but some, people ask, "Oh, I didn't get that odds." Well, this is where it was. So we'll go little Davis. I don't know why he's all in caps. It happens. Gabe Davis, anytime touchdown plus 130. Hines, again, another half cap here, plus 140. Josh Allen for a plus 130. Minnesota, Thielen, Hawkinson, plus 180, plus 125, respectively for touchdowns. Cincy, Boyd, and Higgins, 170, 125. And BLT, a little Drake, a plus 450. All right, just some player props. I should say not just some player props, just some totals for football and totals. Anytime touchdowns. Yeesh. I apologize. Some anytime touchdown picks here for you to enjoy. And again, we cashed yesterday. Can't go bad. $395 yesterday in our props. So excellent there. T Money's in the house. Best bets. T Money. Good afternoon, my friend. How are you today? Mark Well. Queens put definitely a beatdown yesterday. And I was on the other side of that. And there's I started going through, I said I had like 20 something games written down. And just like midway through the day, I was going through ones that I just flat out wrote no to, like, no. They didn't fit my model. Yeah, those were 4-1. Winthrop, Stony, Merrimack, UTEP, and North Dakota State. And then I stopped. Then I even keep going over my whole list of things I almost made. I'll have to go through that because those are important, especially on huge days like Saturday, where there's a lot of games, and I want to see how my numbers line up. But yeah, bad day. What am I gonna do, Marco? Like I get the, I try to win every video pick. You know this. Daily best bets, T Money. He likes a little Northwestern against Michigan, 4.5. I'll do that. I'm not a big Michigan guy. So yes. Quinnipiac, yes. Bills over 45 plus money. I was kind of torn on that because first I'm like, you know what? I like the under. It was 43. It's gone up. What is Miami scoring here? Right? And the Bills are going to be motivated. They're good for 30. Bills should score 30. That's that. The question is, Miami. They're going to get a couple garbage touchdowns. Waddle and Tyreek Hill going to break a couple here. St. John's plus 14. Yeah. St. John's, I almost grabbed last night. They were 15, and then it's up to 14 again because I saw a 13 this morning when I was redoing the lines. And I'm like, man, I should have took St. John's. I still kind of like St. John's. I almost used St. John's in the chat, so I'm with you on that one. Michael, great day. Went 9-0, hit some huge money line dog yesterday. All right, college hoops 4-0. Tech, I don't know which Tech that is. New Mexico outright, yes. Oregon gets it done. Did Oregon get it done yesterday, Kyle? I don't even have the college hoops put up here. Hold on a second. Let me get to college basketball from yesterday. That was a game, and I remember saying this against Arizona because they were a 4-point dog. And I was like, wow, so you lose by 17 to a worse team. And here you go, Oregon. And someone said Arizona was easy money yesterday. Yeah. Nice one for a money. Those are money lines or just straight up? Either way, good money there. Hit the Niners 4 times. Yeah, Niners, they're a good team. They're a good team. They'll probably be I got Minnesota in chat, so I'm thinking Minnesota comes through. I had this at an early 7.5, but after that dominant win, I don't know if you can really get higher than that. We've got to see how this game plays out here. Vikings win convincingly. It'll probably still be around 7.5. If it's an ugly game, this probably go to 9. Then we flip it around to Eagles playing the Giants if the Giants win, right? I believe be the case. Hit the Jags in the over. I bet the Jags plus a dime at halftime money line. There you go. I don't really hate that. Stolly's terrible. Locking in with the King. Chargers meltdown was worse than Atlanta Super Bowl. I don't know about that. I mean, you're blowing in Super Bowls. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. And you weren't expecting that. We expected the head coaching problem from the Chargers to rear its ugly head, and it did. And it did. Daily best bets T money. I turned the TV off at 17-0. I was watching halftime shows. Decided to watch. Just had feeling Lawrence threw the bomb downfield. They would come back. I mean, even at that point, it was 27-7 at the half. You're like, boy, this is ugly. I was talking to Trap last night when the game was going on. I'm like, oh man, this could just play out to like a 37-10, 37-14 type game. Just Jacksonville looked terrible. They were picking them off. All you got to do, Chargers, just get a couple first downs. Team money. It wasn't all on the Chargers. Coaching, haven't heard Aber posted knocked out like babies causing penalties. You're up 27-7, team money. It's 27-7. If you make the plays, penalties, all this nonsense, you were fine in the first half. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. You're up 20 points. The other quarterback is not doing good. What's the problem here? I don't want to hear about a penalty at the end of the game after you blew a 20-point lead. Stop. Rob Thomas shot. San Diego prevented themselves from winning. Quit trying to play off. And that's a lot. That exactly. 27-7. We're gonna slow it down. Let's the other team's gonna come out and keep trying. It's not like they're on the road. They're home. They got a guy who's won a Super Bowl, who's been an underdog in the playoffs. You think he's gonna quit? You think he's quitting? Yeah. No. Ricardo, can the Dolphins cover? I mean, it's 14 points. So right off the bat, we need at least a 28 spot. Right? Because you're getting 14. You score a touchdown somewhere along the line. So right off the bat, Dolphins are at 21. Let's just say for poops and giggles, 24 points for Miami, including the 14. And then you want to get a little comfort. So my thing to you, Ricardo, is Buffalo scoring 30, 35, 34 to 40 points? And if you think that, then I'm going to say Miami's not covering. Maurice, what do you say? Iowa -5, my favorite play today. Where is Iowa against Maryland? It's 5, huh? It was 4.5. 5. Is this 5? Because it was a 5.5 this morning. I almost want to lean to the Terps. Again, today's college hoops. Some days like this, I could come in and have like 7 or 8 games. Other days I look at it and I'm like, you know what? Not so much. And today's one of those kind of days. I mean, I got Quinny in this matchup here. I looked at him last night, and if they don't really do anything right off the bat, I'm not going to go back and try to force something. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what we got going on here with this game. Yeah, I'd still lean. I'm just going to lean on the 5 there. You have Iowa off the big OT win over Michigan, and then the Terps last played beating Ohio State, but that was over a week ago, so they're kind of rested here. It's not like it's a letdown spot a day later. It's a full week ago. I would lean towards Maryland. Indiana State +2 here. It's a +2 now against Missouri State, huh? You like the little trees there? This I'm going to say no. I'm going to say Missouri State. Trap game of the day, Cincinnati. Ravens plus 8.5. Giants money line. How is it a trap game? See, for me, fishy line. I don't know if you're saying like it's a trap line kind of gets you. The Ravens offense, the last 8 weeks of the season, is second and worst in the league. I think they're second to the Jets in scoring. They're putting like 10, 11 points a game. Something ridiculous. I mean, just look at the scores here. We did this the other day, Maurice, with Baltimore scoring. 16-13, 17-3, 16-10. Again, 27-28 versus the Jaguars, and then 13-3 the week before that. So the Jaguar game's a total outlier. You just saw them give up 30 points in basically the first half. We know they don't play defense. Cincinnati, on the other hand, besides the fact that they were in the Super Bowl last year and are a 12-win team and started a little rough and they proceeded to go, I think, 12-1 straight up down the stretch or whatever the heck they did. 16, 18, 23, 10, 24 to Casey, 16, 30 at Pitt, which is a wild one, 21. I mean, is it a great defense? No. In a rivalry division matchup, how are you looking to bet Baltimore with a backup? 16, 19, 21, 17 the last 4 times they played. 41 a pop in both games last year for Cincy. The first game this year was 19-17 with Lamar. Last week was 27-16. And again, that game was 17-0. And my guy Drake, we have here, plus 425, scores a touchdown 2 minutes ago. A turnover, it's 24-7 at the half. 27-10 with 2 minutes ago at the end of the third quarter. They kick a field goal 27-13. Then another field goal 27-16. Since he does nothing, right? Baltimore gets the ball, milks the clock, field goal. Cincy, let's just run it here. They're not looking to do nothing. They put 3 up to go up 27-10. That's it. Cincy kicks a field goal. Cincy kicks another field goal. Baltimore kicks back-to-back field goals. I can't see anything to say the Ravens stay within 8.5 or 10 or 15. I mean, first half for these games, because I think Buffalo, Cincy are ready to play next week against each other. So can there be a backdoor? Possibly. I don't know for either of those games. Michael got the Bengals minus 5.5 at 6.5. Nice early numbers. Buffalo 9.5. Excellent. Have not bet many, but I might. Yeah, I got the same for my Bengals numbers here in Buffalo. And look at lines. We should have some lines for next week. There'll be a look at line show today. Why wouldn't there be? And you could sit and wait. You could sit and wait and lay 8.5 and 15, 14 with the Buffalo, or you watch look at lines and say, maybe I'll bet a little ahead of time. So I don't have to worry about in-game betting first basket for NBA tomorrow. And Minnesota, I'm with you on. I think no one has given Minnesota an ounce of respect. I was trying to. I did bet it myself a little bit. I was trying to get it on the win a free pick page, but the page is down. I can't add any picks to the page. So it happens. It happens. Stop Geo's coming in here. If I could just get my mouse to click on your thing. It's been quiet in the chat lately, but I'm always liking the vids and watching. I appreciate you watching and liking the vids. You have not really chatted much, so I don't know if you're in there. And I know people watching don't comment. And now that we're on, a podcast form, we listen after the fact. I mean, I hope some of you come in before, even after. If you leave a comment, I try to respond to people on the YouTube channels and stuff and Twitter. I try to listen. The show's about back and forth. Otherwise, it'd be a 5-minute show. I'm going to come in, give you a pick and leave. I'm not going to do that. Gio says, give me the Bengals minus 13.5, Giants money line, and Bills minus 16.5. You're juicing them up a little bit there for a little better payday. Michael, I really want to bet Rutgers at the Rack. Listen, it's no more the Rack. Listen, great name. It's not the Rack anymore. It's the Jersey Mike's Arena. And I could do some Jersey Mike's. I got to say, when I was in Jersey, never ate Jersey Mike's. Why the heck am I eating Jersey Mike's in Jersey? So, a sub above. Bro, I'll go to the corner store to get a real sub. Italian, Italian joint or a bodega. I could go to Jersey Mike's. Although their chicken cheesesteak is not too bad. It's not chicken or the egg good, but it's all right. I wish that Ohio State was not off 3 losses. Revenge game for Rutgers, but Ohio State is 5-1 last 6 for Rutgers. They split last year. Home and home. They 2 dog fights. That's why I like the under today. I'm thinking it'll be like a 60, 63 kind of game. Close. It's going to be close to the total. I think it's going to be, I'm hoping not for overtime to get that, to really crush my under, but I think it's going to be low scoring. 418 Music, Charger Claps was horrible. Yeah, well, that's all right. New head coach coming to town on Monday or Wednesday or Thursday, whenever they finalize that deal. Team Money lost Providence money line, but they covered for me. And Mavs, I lost. Yeah, I had Creighton was one of my half-point losers yesterday. I had Creighton minus 6.5. On the flip side of that, at least I had Florida, another spot where laying a big number, unranked, laying 5, 6, 7 points. Mavericks lost. Okay, Mavericks who played Portland last night, right? Was that the Portland game that everybody said the Mavericks were the play? Portland 136. I mean, I didn't bet Portland. That was just the only one that kind of stuck out yesterday. You see something like that. Long Beach State against Hawaii crumbled me last night. I have no idea what happened in that game. Michael, NBA, I think I'm going to grab the Bulls plus 4.5. This is where they function best as a home dog top team. Who do they got? Golden State here? Yeah. And listen, we said Golden State the other day. They were playing the Spurs. And, okay, I lost with the under here. I didn't think we get a bunch of points. Golden State has 4 road wins. Spurs have 5 road wins. I think it was Team Money. I'm like, teams lose. They're bad. Is Golden State tanking because they're a 500 team? No, they're just not a good team. 4 wins on the road. I'm going to lay points on them. It's 5.5. It's down to 4 now. Take those Bulls. T-Money. Have the Giants plus 3 revenge for my guys. Somehow see it being a 1-point game, honestly. I don't think so. I think it's Minnesota by double digits. I don't think it's, even the back doors I could get you there. I mean, the disrespect for Minnesota. Total disrespect. I got Waddle anytime TD plus 360. Exactly, though. 360. That's crazy. Too much money. I could take it a 5-yard slant to the house. I know. And then he scored in both games. That's also with different quarterback, though, throwing the ball. Northwestern. I do like Northwestern. Robert. JK, good morning. Tim Earls in the house. He's heading into ECU Arena now to watch a little college basketball against South Florida. He likes Detroit under, Houston plus 9.5, the Bulls, of course, OKC. I knew he'd be on that one with me, and the Spurs over. Riding that Spurs over. The Spurs, obviously, the worst defense in the league. They're horrendous. Anthony, I'll get back to you. I saw your text earlier. I apologize. Pound it says I got 17 plays with 3 pops. 17 plays today. I mean, I guess, listen, if we're rolling a lot of player props in here, I can see how you get to 17 plays. I mean, with the college basketball, I can't see 17 plays. But 3-1 yesterday on the props. Diggs over receiving yards. Yes. Slayton over 5.5. I thought about doing him for the Giants as a anytime touchdown guy. So over 51.5, I'll say okay. KJ Osborne over 33.5 receiving yards. No opinion on that cat. Joe Burrow under the yardage. Huh? You think we'll get a little running game for Mixon? That's why he's going to go under the yardage there, right? Slow, right? We're not looking to get a lot of things done. Or you're going under because Baltimore turned the ball over and they're going to be 45-yard short fields and you'll get 25 running the ball and like 30 passing. He's not going to throw for a lot of yardage. And T. Higgins, I'm with you. I'll do T. Higgins. I got him for a touchdown. How about a nice 64-yard touchdown pass to start the game? Down it. That'd be good. Chargers did everything they could to lose the game. What do you mean everything? They did it exactly. They did lose the game. Stephen Porter. Terrible. Goodbye, coach. Hello, new coach. Panther Joe mix it over. Here we go. There we go. You got the under Burrow passing and the over mixing. Hand in hand, pound it. I don't like everybody leaning on Seaman. Yeah, JK. Everybody's going to be on Giants. Oh, they almost won last time. Look at that. They had to kick a field goal late. I mean, hi. Vikings were winning that game. It gets a little hectic at the end. Right? You see a bunch of points. Oh, it's going to be an over game. I mean, they scored 20 points in the last 6 minutes of the game. And it was close. I understand that. But if me watching the game, and it's and it was 10-7, was it 10-10 at the half or whatever it was? To me, it just feels like Minnesota was dominating that game. I'm not taking it. Everybody's going to be on the Giants. No respect for Minnesota. Worst playoff team, division winner in the history of football. Pounded. How about the Cubbies? Swanson, Mancini at first, Cody, Talion, Smiley, Hosmer, Barnard, and Boxberger in the pen. See, the Swanson deal, I think, great deal. Totally undervalued for what they're paying shortstops. And the guy, I think people forget, was I think he was the number one pick for Arizona back in the day. I mean, he was up there. Good pick. Bellinger. You know, Ant, and I told you this, him and Gallo, I wanted him and Gallo to sign with Colorado. That would have been good. And I love Cody, right? We had a freaking dime on a dude to win the MVP last year. Would have netted me $100,000 or something like that. Crazy. 45 homers, 300 average, MVP 3 years ago. Gets hurt with that shoulder. Correa's failing physicals, and this guy's hitting 190 after hitting 305 and 45 homers, 47 homers. He passes a physical. I like it though. I mean, listen, we like their young pitchers, right? They got some nice young pitchers we like. And St. Louis is a team everybody loves. A lot of young guys. Who's St. Louis' number one pitcher? Flannery hasn't pitched in years. I mean, Wainwright, 50 years old. Brew Crew. Cubbies can surprise. They will surprise. Fernando's in the house. Welcome, Fernando. Team Money, I can't wait to bet against the Padres this year. In spots, we'll bet against the Padres. This is a good team. This isn't like, last year, Dodgers run lines, money in our pockets. I don't know if you just go and bet against the Padres this year. You're telling me their pitching just totally falls off? I don't know. Again, I'm not going to be laying 260 with them all the time either, Team Money. You'll see that. You'll come in here and there'll be run lines and people being here laying 375 or whatever. Michael, I'm in a good mood, Sean. Don't bring up the Giants. Losers were don't sign a bunch of nobodies. We're going to be a fourth best team in the division behind the D-backs. D-backs are good. I mean, you got two stud frontline starters in Kelly and our guy, Zach Gallen. All right, so they're good. You got a bunch of young bats. I mean, they got some good hitters on there. So they got some good hitters. I like them. 418 music. Andrews over 4.5. 4.5. What's wrong with me? Over 4 receptions. Why not? Who's catching the ball? Go to your safety valve tight end. Michael, anytime TDs, I want Perrine Bengals plus 360. Cook for Buffalo 210. Isaiah Hodges plus 250. Go for it. Jesse Shule in the house. I'll ride with Daily Best Bets Team Money on the Northwestern pick plus the points. I like Northwestern myself too, so I like it. Northwestern's a tough little squad in Michigan. I'm not sold on Michigan. 418 music under Buffalo, Miami. The problem with that is the emotion of Buffalo. They're gonna wheel out their guy today. The coin flip. Ah! Miami's like, we don't have a quarterback. We're a backup quarterback. We've lost. I mean, they beat the Jets, but for all intents and purposes, they really lost like 8 in a row, whatever they did. Miami will get 17 in garbage time, says T Money. 17 in garbage time? Eesh. That's a lot of garbage time. Is that all they're getting? Because then it could be a 34-17 game. You can still get a cover. 33-17 final, but not that close. All right, so you're obviously liking Miami today in the points. Forward Music, you told me Oregon. Thank you. You're welcome, Forward Nate. That's why I'm here. I'm here to help. Sometimes the lowest fruit, just ask Eve. It's poison. Don't eat that low-hanging fruit. Brandon, favorite TD in the Dolphins-Buffalo game? My favorite in that? I'm going to say Josh Allen anytime for plus 130. We can go. I mean, listen, I'm not going to tell you to do your Diggs or Hill or all these other guys. You got a lot of guys who could probably score here. Josh Allen break a run. Josh Allen near the goal line to just run one in. Josh Allen plus 130. Brandon, the great. Stop Geo. Michael Whitner, are you on anyone today? He wants to know. Michael, your picks. T-Money. That Jags team was the best defense I saw yesterday. It was old school football and Jags coming back. They have been, which is why we had, we like the over there in that game. We figured there'd be some points scored. But also, you saw a typical Charger bad. That's why the Chargers are the Chargers, and they're 8-8 every year. They're the Cowboys. Got a lot of good players, and the coach makes bonehead decisions. You got Jason Garrett running the team into the ground. And then we got Mike McCarthy. He's wonderful. Sean Payton to the Chargers. That's it. Marcos, hit the like button for me. I appreciate you hitting it. You know that every day. You come in, say hello, hit the like button. Thank you. Brandon the Great. They deserve taking out Eckler at less than 50 yards rushing. Who doesn't? There you go. Who doesn't run the clock? Who doesn't run the clock? And listen, you want to keep doing what you're doing to get your points. But you were gifted 4 or 5 turnovers in the first half. 5 turnovers, right? It was 4 picks and then a punt off the guy's head. So the offense wasn't really doing much. They were scoring, but you were getting turnovers. Just get a couple first downs. Eat some clock. There's not enough time. They could score some points, but if you use the clock a little bit, terrible. That's why the guy's got to go. He's got to go. King D, not a prop guy, but a little birdie told me Justin Jefferson over 6.5 receptions. Minus 145. Eesh. I have a premium on the side. Listen, I understand the guy's a stud. He's going to get a lot of targets. 145. I don't like laying 140s. I like doing 125. King D. But is it a safe bet? I mean, the guy's awesome. They're going to go to him. That's why I got a Thielen 180 touchdown, because you'll be doubling that guy. And my guy Thielen cuts across the middle here. Touchdown. Markel. Top that he misses a 30-yard field goal to even extend the lead. I think he missed it on purpose. Here we go. I got to tell you, halftime I turned the game off. I was like, all right, this is, I mean, I had nothing ventured in the game. I had a couple player props that I think I'd already cashed at that point with the touchdowns for the Chargers. Star Child, what do you say here, fella? Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. What's that, a little Roll Tide hat on, Alabama? I'm on the Bills-Dolphins first quarter over 7.5. Bills games are normally good for a score in the first quarter. I'm going to say yes to this. I think Buffalo jumps out to a fast lead. They get 10-0 in the first quarter. I'm not going to be shocked, right? Because Bills are going to score. Momentum's going to take them to score 7. And then no one's thinking Miami's doing anything. And then they're going to move down the field, kick a field goal, whatever. 7.5, let's do it. I'm with you, Star Child. Yes. Marcos, South Florida ECU 1 point spread. Fairfield St. Peter 2 point spread. I'm going to roll with ECU. I know that I think they got crushed last game. Didn't. I'm going to pull it up their game here. And I'm not just saying that because our guy Tim is in the house. Yeah, here we go. 83-55. Cincy blasted them. And 3 state losses. And I got to tell you, with ECU, I took Wichita State, and they won there, and then they proceed to cover 2 more in a row at UCF and Memphis, get blasted out of Cincinnati. Not shameful there, right? This team started out hot, but South Florida to me is not a good team. So I'm going to say ECU here. Do I love it? No. I'm cheering for our guy Tim and Nick Earl at the game. Fairfield St. Pete's. I kind of like Fairfield a little bit. Again, these kind of matchups, home court, laying 1s, 2s, they don't really jump to me. I mean, again, lean a little to the Stags. Not betting it. Not betting it. Not betting either. Such as same here, kind of lean Maryland. Yes, on Maryland. Where's this line? 5.5. Terps pretty well rested. Iowa, big win. Let's go Maryland. Almost. I kind of lean Maryland almost. What's that? Rob Thomas shot. Sundays always feel doggish in college hoops. And like all sports, Rob, you come in, you look at the board, and this is I do. I print out. I got Monday printouts somewhere here for the college basketball. Start taking a look at. And when there's only a handful of games, right? We got 10, what do we got? 15 games? I don't even know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You don't, as I mentioned with the St. Peter's game and the Iowa game, and what was the other one? East Carolina here, and a lot of talk on Michigan Northwestern. I'm not going to run to bet, and I think that's what people don't understand. You don't have to run to bet them. You like dogs, take dogs. See, I'm more of a like Sunday dogs for me is like baseball. Wednesday, Thursday, Sunday dogs a lot. Although I take dogs a lot of time anyway. Today though, they could be dog days. I mean, I want them all to be dog days there, Rob. KD, low volume better. Who believes less is more? Coming soon. Working on logo and merch. He's gonna roll out the swag. King blocking it with the king. Marcos coming in. Ohio State versus Rutgers 3-point spread. I do have the under in the chat here. I don't know if it's up here. Nope, those are the anytime touchdowns. In the chat here, we do have under Rutgers and Quinny in the chat. Sidewise, I don't know. I can go either way there. It's 3. I want to say Rutgers. Not betting it. Memphis Temple. Yeah, I want to take Memphis, believe it or not. I do kind of like Temple, but give me Memphis. And I'm not a big Memphis lover. I don't like their coach. Star Child, since he's wrong, hard to fade the Bengals right now. Yeah, it is because you got a backup quarterback. You beat them handily last week. You went through them. I mean, you go through the motion second half. You're up, the game's 27-7 or whatever it was. What are you doing? Let's just get out of here. We'll see you next week. Michael, I kind of want to grab Temple here plus 5.5. Memphis does not cover big spreads. If you want Baltimore, you get 9. I would need 10 to 13 to think about betting the Ravens. See, I understand the Temple because I'm not a Memphis head coach guy, but I do think Memphis. I like them here. Did not bet them though. Again, I could come in and say I kind of like something, but that does not mean I'm betting it or will bet it, and I don't want to talk people off a game they're betting on. My money today. 3 football games, and Quinnipiac. That's it. That's what I bet today. And I did sprinkle some player props since I won yesterday. Nice little chunk. Marcos, Maryland, Iowa, 5-point spread. We like Maryland. I like Maryland. Did not bet it. Ryder, Iona. I mean, Iona should win. Ryder's a bad team, but I'm not laying 12. Iona sometimes been a little tricky lately. Terps my favorite one there. Terps and probably Northwestern my two favorite that I um, didn't bet, but people are asking about. KD, I preach this too many bettors are spending for the hell of it. No real edge outside of a few trends. Exactly. You watch these shows. But again, people want to have fun. And I always say we're having fun and making money. People want to have fun. I'm not looking to have fun. It's not fun. Fun. What the freak, man? I'm looking at computer screens all day long. Think that's fun? Groovy. Giants first half, just like the Seahawk game yesterday. Giants will be leading at halftime 9-7. And then work from there and take Vikings live by third quarter. Groovy thinks it's going to be an ugly game in Seattle, in Minnesota. I disagree. I think it's going to be Seattle 20-13. I think it's going to be, I think we'll see some points in this game. I think Seattle, I keep saying Seattle because I see the Seahawks are right in the middle of my screen here. I'm just getting rid of that page. Forget it. I don't like the Giants. We'll just keep it at that. Star Child, since he's been covering and going over the totals, Ravens stop Cincy. The game has to stay under. Yeah. Or is Cincy scoring less than 24? If you think that, okay, then you take the points. You think it's going to be a close game. T-Money, I have a small dog today as well. I took a shot on Indiana State plus 107 offshore. The small dog. It's basically a pick 'em 107. Come on. I like the Missouri State side there. Did not bet it though, but that would be my lean. I kind of like them. Little Missouri Valley action. Ryan Kell, Vikings money line. Lock it in. He comes in with a mini. I like Minnesota too. I have it in the chat, Ryan. See, Porter, they never keep playing. They go to that BS prevent defense and end up letting the other team back in. Yeah, prevent you from covering games. You got to continue to play. You don't take games off. You don't take plays off. That's how you get hurt. That's how you lose games. Markel says Jersey Mike's is nasty. Team Money Amateurs like now. Not for myself. That's funny. Listen. Again, since I moved, I've had it because the food here is garbage. My kids want us to open up a restaurant down here. Might have to work do it out of my garage or something. It is terrible food down here. Chicken cheesesteak I can do. I like a little chicken cheesesteak, hot sauce, a little Frank's Red Hot on there, lettuce. Notre Dame was easy yesterday. Who Notre Dame? I don't even know who Notre Dame had yesterday, Star Child. You got to help me out. 150 games. I don't have them all memorized. Michael, tell me, Sean, why are sandwiches or subs better in Jersey than other states? I mean, it's still just meat and bread. The bread is key. Bread is key. Real bread. And I don't know if they're just better in Jersey. I'm sure there's good sandwiches at places. I'm just saying for if I'm going to I'm not going, and there's no Italian joints down here where I'm at least good ones. I don't even want to say, who knows if somebody's watching from Texas. I'm going to mention some restaurant and the owner lives down the street from me or something. I don't want to franchise Italian food or Subway, like pizza. I'm not a franchise guy. I'm a mom and pop guy. But the bread, listen, I got to a couple bagel joints down here in Houston. Driving like an hour, 45. Not the same. Not the same. It's definitely not the same. Just the bread. The bread in New York and New Jersey, you can't even compare. At least for the sandwiches. Bagels. King D. Groovy, you're betting a team who's 3-5 in the first half, plus $40 if you're a $100 better. Vegas loves guys like you. Go work your job and stick to fantasy football. Oh my God, these are fighting. I didn't even realize we were going down this route. Oh my goodness, this is the shots fired. King D's coming in, choosing violence in my chat. I had to read it. See, this is why sometimes I pass on things. I go down if I see like bad words. I don't want to say bad words. That one I'm reading. Come on, guys that say crap for the hell of it. About the this got to go back to the Giants first half. I guess we're talking about here. Is that what you're talking? See, I don't even know what you're talking about on TV. But that had to go back to the Giants first half bet, I'm guessing. Star Child, today I think the Spurs. I like the Spurs and lean the Magic. Star, So the Magic is a team we like to bet on here in the chat. Them, the Thunder, uh, you'll see them a lot. The Pacers are another team we kind of talk about here in the video we like to bet on. Let's go. So Orlando is playing Denver. Denver off the right. They're playing the Clippers the other day. Big win there. Take the 10.5. I don't mind that spot. Yes. And the Spurs. Oh boy, against Sacramento. I mean, I don't mind taking the Spurs. I know someone in here is going to come in here and tell you the Spurs are tanking and it's fixed. I'm getting 6.5. Kings at home. One thing. Kings on the road laying a touchdown. Nah, I don't want to get involved in that. And the over 246. Are you kidding me? Holy cow. Holy, that's why I don't. And Stark, I tell you, NBA, 28 games I bet in the NBA this year. 14 and 14 plus $92. And in the video, a few more games, 23 and 25, we're down to $170. I don't like betting the NBA. I try to just find some spots in the NBA to make money. I've made a little bit of money. It is, I do not like it. Do not like it one bit. Team money. I can see the Vikings blowing my Giants out, but I just can't get their Cousins. You get there. You can't get there with Cousins, a guy who's thrown 100 touchdowns the last 3 years or whatever. But Daniel Jones, that's your guy. Let's hook my wagon up to Daniel Jones, the guy they don't even want to extend his contract to. Yeah, Daniel Jones. Give me Kirk Cousins. What was that, Kirk Cousins? How you like me now? Was that him when he came out with the Redskins? Hey, you probably quit betting. I got the dubs. Bill's a bit banged up. Yeah, you got. I can't with Golden State though, Jess. I did promise to stop the NBA. I can't stand the NBA. I got to put it in the chat though. I have to put it in the chat. People ask. I can't just not do NBA when people love betting the NBA. So I'll give you my NBA, why I think it. And hey, listen, if it loses 40 in a row, hope you're fading me and making money. I just give you my little opinion why I kind of like the game. Jess, when you're riding hot in something, you're going to stick with it, right? So I'm not running a bet NBA when I'm 30 games over 500 in college hoops and NBA's been a printing press. But back to the Warrior game here. How I can't lay points with a team, Warriors or anybody, a team with 4 wins on the road and they're favored to boot. And I got to, not only do I just got to win, I got to win by 5 points. I can't do it. I can't. Groovy coming in. King D, I love guys like you. I'm doubling my bet because of you. Instead of betting 500, I'm betting a stimmy. He's diming up on it. Groovy's coming up on the Giants. Now we have fight words between two guys who've been in here for a year with me, over longer. All right, we got some. I'm not going to pull up King D's chats here because I don't want, I don't like getting insulted back for. We'll take a little harping. We can do IT's back and forth. We make jokes. There's plenty of people who've come in here over the 2 years doing shows and say crazy things. And I say, well, I bust out the pen. We're going opposite. We'll write it down, all in good fun. But come on. I mean, I'm not going to post we get back and forth, 2 people in the chat arguing over stuff. You can't do that. Come on. Let's keep it. Marcos, Vikings over 47 and a hook. I want to say under, Marcos. I think everybody's thinking over this game. I'm not. I think this game's going to be a la Green Bay, Minnesota week 1. Like 24-10-ish, 24-13, something like that. That's where I'm at. Those are my thoughts, Marcos. Fernando took Marquette, St. John's over Rutgers and Northwestern. Northwestern, yes. Marquette as a dog. We can do shock as a dog. I don't mind that. St. John's, I wish I grabbed a 15 last night. Total wise, no opinion. No opinion on the over there. What's that, 151? Rutgers, I do lean a little Rutgers, but I have the under in the chat. Give me the under at Jersey Mike's. We're trying to get a Jersey Mike promo here. Come on, Jersey Mike's. I'll take $25 a week for a promo. I'll go over there. I'll get a little sandwich. Would be great. Groovy. Oh, here we go. Okay. I got a Club Leon minus 120 Mexican soccer. Vegas doesn't know nothing about Mexican. Listen, Vegas isn't alone there, Groovy, because I know nothing about Mexican soccer or regular soccer or European or MLS or soccer in general. Remember the New York Cosmos from when I was a child. Young Shards in the house. Welcome. Good to see you. S. Kim's mad at the Chargers. Yeah. Now listen, I had him in the chat here. What are you gonna do? See again. I can't read. Get some fighting words back and forth. Uh, T-Money, I respect the other best bets. I respect the Vikings, but I think their QB and coach being too conservative will hold them back from being a team. I'd lay points within the playoffs. It's a field goal though. It's not like we gotta, it's not laying a lot of points here. And if a team is going to win, they're going to win. If you think Minnesota's, I mean, you're taking 3 with the Giants. What do you think? The Giants will lose by 2? What's it going to be? 21-20? Late field goal? 23-21? 3? Somebody's winning by 10. It's a dog outright or the favorite by a touchdown plus. Oh, my goodness. Here we go. Oh, all right. I got Justin. Here we go. What's somebody say? Bet of the day, I want to share 2 units on Kirk Cousins interception plus 112. I'm sure the Giant backers here are going to love that. Kurt, nobody loves him. Prime time, he's terrible. I don't know. I mean, it's plus money. What does that tell you? They don't think he's going to do it. I look at the plus money and thinking, and I've tried to go over this with like all sports, hockey, baseball, and then I just lose interest in keeping track. And it's, I'm not perfect. I'm not a perfect capper. I'm not the. But when I see pluses like this, I think it's automatically loser. Whenever I get I like a total in baseball, whatever, 7.5, 8, and it's over under whatever I pick, and it's a plus 102. I'm like, you know what? I bet it, and it's an auto loser. I know it's a loser in my heart. This thing here, I'm going to say, I don't think he throws an interception today. I got to remember this for tomorrow, Justin. I'm going to write it down, and not as much for you, Justin. Plus 112, Cousins INT, just so I can remember. Just for me. Mike Tran, good morning. Over G-Man. Why is everybody thinking this game's going over? This game was a dead under last time they played until the last 5 minutes of the game. I think more of the same. I mean, I get it, Giant fans. You got Barkley. He's great. I mean, are you really sold on this offense to put up a 24 spot here? Or do you think, or is the defense that bad that Minnesota's scoring 30? I like the under. End of discussion. Lawrence better than Herbert. Kim, I mean, do I gotta put the ban on you? Dave Koken. What are we talking about? David, let's go Chargers. Woof. Epic collapse, Dave. Unbelievable. Sean Payton coming to town now. And it was at one spot. As I said, I thought Payton, Arizona. No, he's got to be like, all right, I got Murray out for at least 3/4 of the year next year. I'm going to go and give me Herbert. Thank you. Take my draft pick. They'll trade. New Orleans will ask for a couple number ones. Chargers gladly give you your number ones. Take the number ones. You have a friend. Short of, and I get people only trading number 1 picks. This is a playoff team, a borderline playoff team, even when they're not making a playoff. It's not like they're a 3-win team. Payton with this guy? Yeah. I'll tell you what, Chargers to win the West next year. Chargers to win the West with Sean Payton. Groovy, final score Vikings 27-16. I can see that. I like that one. Team money, I don't literally mean 17 points, but their points will be between 17 and 20. And you're on this is the Bills game, and I'm on the Bills putting up 33-40. That sounds about right. It's again, you got a third stringer. Listen, at 14, I can't come and tell you let's go bet Buffalo. I mean, I can't say that in good faith. Should they win? Should Buffalo win this game 30-10? Absolutely. Absolutely. Chargers game's a horrible beat for all of us. Well, it's a never in doubt winner if you had the Jags. Michael's like a lot of hostility. Yeah. Everybody's pumped up today. Michael, old school players got to put these new guys in check, he says. Groovy's an old school guy. Saying he's got to put the new guys in check. Pound it. I thought it says I'm dieting. I'm dying in the chat about who's hanging out with who. A lot of good entertainment today. I can see Giants leading first half, though. They couldn't run the ball. T-Money. They couldn't run the ball. That front four for the Chargers second half didn't put up much resistance. Hit. Again, you get 5 turnovers in the first half. It is tough to say we're going to hang it up in the second half and not do nothing. Because you've done nothing in the first half. You were gifted. You're not gifted. You made the turnover, stuff like that happen. I mean, a fluke punt. But where's your offense to get going on a legit drive from your own 15 or 30 or 25, whatever the case may be? This is why he's got to go. Michael Brown's in the house. Not much. We're just, I don't know. We got a lot of back and forth today. Knocking it with the King. Smiling with my Higgs facts. T-Money, why the Colts lost to the Vikings. These leads in the NFL aren't easy to hold. Sometimes the Jags were not taking no. Sometimes the Jags were not taking no. I was impressed and I hate the Jags with a passion. I mean, you're not going to. It's the playoffs. You know they're going to come out and throw and kind of do things. Right? You're in that Jags locker room. You got to like, listen. You got to look at your QB and be like, couple bad throws, couple good defensive plays. The interceptions are what they are. But otherwise, they've done nothing against us. The ball bounced off this guy's freaking head. They scored a touchdown. All right? So we know we got to stop because their offense hasn't moved the ball from their own 15-yard line. We got to stop a quick touchdown because they're going to be lackadaisical. It's 27-14. You know what? Now we got a game. Now we need another stop, and maybe we get a field goal this time. I mean, that you got to think. You got a guy who's won a ring. He's going to be like, a couple turnovers. It happens, bro. But they've done nothing without the turnover. So stop the turnovers, and let's do something here. Because they're in a position, and let's be honest, teams with a big lead are going to be like, whatever. Well, let them score a couple points. Everybody's kind of goofing around on the sideline, laughing. Oh, this is easy one. Yeah. We've seen it before. I think I saw that in like a Kansas City game, too, a couple years ago against the Texans. Groovy, Justin Jefferson only getting 6 receptions. Giants best QB will shut him down. King D, hope you win anyway. Listen, I don't know if people shut down Justin Jefferson, or maybe he's more of a decoy in some spots. It's a pretty decent offense. Thielen, Hawk, Cook, Jefferson. I mean, you got some players there. Michael, stop Gio. I have the Bengals 5.5, Buffalo 6.5, probably going Minnesota -3, Bulls +4.5, Magic +10, Thunder 5. But you can ask Sean your question. He's the one that does this for a living. Well, you got to cover, Mike, because I got all these things, and I've talked about every one of these games. Buffalo 9.5. Still a good number considering it's a double touchdown now. Just the unit. If it doesn't get there, it's all good. Again, that's, the 145s. That's a side for me. And again, King D, anybody. I do a show. I've been doing a show. And I've said it time and time again. How the heck a new person to betting coming in, and you got a lot of new people coming in. I saw some cat on Twitter who said something to like Hoops Peterson he's like, oh, when's the last time you won like a total, Greg? I said, and I responded, I'm like, the guy comes on here for a couple of years now, posts every side of total for college basketball. So I'm like, you're a guy who's been betting for 6 months. You just found sports betting. You bet 3 games or 4 games, you go 1-2, 0-3. And you're gonna complain about something free. Like, I never say I'm the best, but I'll tell you, I'm never gonna ever come in and say, "Hey, let's lay $300, $2, $190." I can't do that. For a new person to come in and be like, "How easy is it? This guy's coming. He's supposed to be a pro guy, and he's laying 240. I can do it too. It's easy." I just can't. I can't. That's just wrong. That's wrong. I don't like giving out on sites, and I'll leave. Hey, will I leave money out there? Absolutely, I have by not doing things like that sometimes. But I just can't do it. I can't. It's in my blood. It's ingrained in me. I just took Temple 5.5 versus Memphis. I'm not hating the Temple play. I mean, I do not like the Memphis head coach. I've talked about him before. I mean, Temple we've had a few times this year. I'm seeing plus 110 on the -3 mini game. Vegas doesn't want to give up the 2.5. No, no. I mean, people are just pounding the Giants left and right. Minnesota, 27-14, 27-13, 27-17. Minnesota. Quinnipiac -3 first half. Yes, David. I got them for the game, so they better get it done in the first half as well. I don't want to worry about coming back for a big second half. Just get up big and hold on to the lead. Don't charger me. Mike, I like the team money. Memphis does not cover spreads. How is Memphis? Where are the Tigers here? Memphis 7-10 ATS on the year. Last year, Memphis by 10, Memphis by 14. Memphis off the tough loss to UCF in overtime. Tulsa win there and I like Tulsa in that game on the road when Temple played them. Tigers 0-6 ATS last 6 games. There you go. There you go. Some Memphis Tigers facts. Groovy. Love the Higgs Quinnipiac pick. Great pick. Hopefully it is. Don't jinx me by saying I know my stuff. Now Quinnipiac might come in and lose by 40 now. Groovy. Don't do that. I don't like seeing that kind of stuff. Like easy winner or locks. Oh, it's halftime. We got to win. Team money. Isn't it better to bet both faves, heavy faves and dogs? I just see the board some days. I love all the faves. Other days I'll be on all dogs with money lines, baseball. If it's a dog, even a money. Well, see now you got different things here. I do bet both faves and dogs. I said yesterday I had 17 basketball and college basketball. I went 8 and 9. Again, half point, 2, 3-point loss, tough ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 faves. 10 faves, 2 totals. Went 2 and all my totals. And the rest dogs. I mean, I had a money line dog. You have to mix them up. You can't blindly just go one way or the other. Now, Major League Baseball, totally different. I mean, if I'm taking a fave, it'll be on a run line. I'll take the Yanks plus 125 run line. I'm not going to lay whatever with them or Dodgers or Padres or whoever. Insert big fave, and it'll be a run line for plus money. I can't just bet a bunch of money line faves. Same with hockey. It's the same kind of thing. I just you have to have both. You have to have both. Can't just go one way or the other. T-Money. Hurricanes under died at OT. Why don't I take it? That's why I usually don't take college totals. And yeah, college totals. And I've had a few college totals. And I'm not, a lot of people come in. Not a lot of people. It could be just some people. I don't even know how many it is. But there's like always, total, what do you like this kind of total? And I'm not a huge college hoop total guy. And I'm really not. I'm really not a huge total guy. We have, 274 and 244 are my total college hoop plays. So we're talking, it's at 500 some games. Totals 31 and 17. Not a lot. 65% is nice. I mean, that's, I was just doing totals. I'd be having a monster year. I mean, plus $7 isn't too bad, but college totals are tough. And I know guys, listen, Kyle Hunter, if you follow Kyle Hunter on Twitter, dude, that guy, he does totals. He's good at totals. I like Kyle Hunter. It's a good follow. Good better. Rob Franklin's coming. Of course Rob's coming in. The show should be over, and here comes Rob Franklin, 10 after 1. Star Child, Notre Dame played the Cuse. Cuse has looked good. Past games didn't deserve to be a 5.5 versus ND. I got to tell you, you know what, Star? I did a show with Ross Benjamin, and he's up in the Syracuse area, and I had Syracuse versus Virginia, I guess, last week. And I'm like, nice cover there. He's like, they were down by like 30. They came all the way back. He's like, this team is not good. And he's up there. It should have been in my head to take Notre Dame because I usually not take it Syracuse at home as a favorite. Good play there. Yeah. Notre Dame is not a great team as well, but Syracuse, no right being any kind of a 5, 6, 7 point favorite. They're not a good team. And from what Russ told me, they got a couple guys in the doghouse who aren't getting any play, and they should be getting play. So Iowa -5.5. We like the Terps in the chat. For now, I was telling my wife you want to go catch a game. Where are we going for the games? I don't know about today. It's 1 o'clock already, so I don't know if I'll be able to do today's games. How about Monday night tomorrow? I got for the Monday night game? Or next Saturday game or something? It's just now it's one. It's one. I mean, wherever I go, it's going to be an hour away. So I'm a guy. I need to be there all day. I want to sit down. I'm old school. You know, I have newspapers here. I'd like to read my little Sunday paper. You know, back in the Daily News, New York Post days, read my little Major League reviews. Get some wings, a little ginger ale. Find a place, and then I could coordinate it. Rob Franklin, Ohio State over Rutgers. No, I kind of like Rutgers. Under is the pick in the chat. Under is in the chat. Rutgers under, Quinnipiac. T-Money, I lived in Texas. Best seafood I ever had and drinks. Well, seafood, I don't even know about the seafood. It's Gulf of Mexico seafood. Is that any good? And listen, the food here, I told you, like, you know, Richie P will tell you, I come in here. All right, you know, your barbecue's all right. The Tex-Mex I could do. There's just no kind of mom and pop joints. I want a mom and pop shop. Somebody's got their blood, sweat, and tears in their work. KD, I apologize. Oh, for getting back. I get it. It's a betting podcast. Now let me hear my name. No, listen. I need back and forth, but some guy, you know, I don't want to people getting in arguments in the chat, and then I'm clicking on it because I'm rolling down all the things. Okie +5. Who's okay? Who's this? Ohio. Help me out here. Oakland? Is this OKC? Victor. This is the Thunder, I'm guessing. I like Oklahoma City. Have it in the chat here, Victor. Thunder +5 in the chat for NBA. Some guys have no real edge or logic. Just open their mouths. Come on. Again, I'm clicking on things. I don't want to start arguments here. I got to say to bet the Bulls. I need DeRozan in there, and the Bulls are 0-4 without DeRozan, says Michael. Is he not playing today? Yeah, I think that's more reason to like him. Who wins a fight between King D and Groovy? We need odds. Groovy says, I'd rather mud wrestle with sexy women in Thailand. Hook me up. King D says, Lord, forgive me. It's Sunday. I'm working on myself. Satan, I rebuke my enemy, King D. All right, we got some good humor in here now. Denny's going with the Giants. I can't go with the Giants, Denny. I got a little bit on Minnie, but no one is giving the Vikings a lick of respect. And maybe it's well deserved. Maybe the Giants win this one 27-13, and it's like, well, 13-4, my butt, they're terrible. Denny also likes the Thunder, yes. Bulls, yes. Baltimore over. What's that total? I mean, they're asking 40.5. You know what? Over. I could do over 40 there. Over field goals, Groovy Caps, Giants kick 2.5. Good luck, everybody. I'll do. You want to do over field goals with the Giants? Yes. Again, it is Daniel Jones. Kim's coming. G-Man secondary is full strength. I believe Giants top corners were out that game. Hope he can lock down Jefferson, liking under 48. I'm definitely on the under. Yes. And going back to those field goals, it's not a Giant fans. You love Daniel Jones. You're ready to kick the guy out of here. Groovy just said, I need a vacation. Pick me up at the airport after I cash big on the Giants' first half. Under. Yes. Under first half. Sure, for the mini game. Daily best bets. My Giants have the best coach half in the NFL. All right, I gotta get daily best bets is obviously drunk at 117 on a Sunday afternoon. Such how the if anybody likes the Giants, definitely lean early first quarter, first half. Yeah, if you like the Giants, bet them. You think they're gonna come out of the gate and be good, right? Everybody's it's Cousins, bet against them. Well, we're gonna see what happens. T Money, Lawrence, not better than Herbert, but Herbert is overrated. I don't know if he's overrated. I mean, the guy does pretty good with a crap coach. No? The guy's a bad coach. Michael Brown had charged on teaser. Brutal. Ravens QBs is Huntley. Juicy plus 10. Raven in the under. It's up to 10 with him behind center. I guess more reason to even like. I mean, I can't get behind the Ravens. Under's down 38.5. I like the over. I'll tell you what. Since he's not going to pull a Charger game, they might get the over themselves here at 38. Groovy says under Ravens for sure. Groovy Caps is agreeing with Kim. Crazy number, 145. Yeah, 145 is not terrible. I don't mind the 140. I mean, that's probably the top of my thing. T-Money chat sleeping on the Vikings. Most so-called sharps overrate them a little bit. You think the Vikings are overrated? The line has not moved. People are betting on them. Listen, we can't really talk about this game. We're going to find out in 3 hours what this game is going to be all about. And then they'll be coming. Then tomorrow we come in and be like, I told you so. And I'm going to say, I told you so. That's right. Don't listen to me. That's why I'm 65% NFL. Or Giants are going to win and be like, well, it's a loss. I move on to the next day. That's the way you got to be. That's the way you got to be, folks. All right? It wins. Super. It loses. You get on to the next game. This is all good stuff to talk about leading up to it. Too many. Not sleeping on the Vikings. I'm just saying, take Vikings plus money on money line when they're losing the second quarter. Listen, if they're losing second quarter, exactly. Number one, do boost the guys' picks or get overly excited. Yeah, listen, don't. It's a game of runs, baby. Daniel Jones is awful, but he's been better. I get it. T-Money says he's sober. He's not drunk, saying that the Giants have the best coaching staff in all of NFL. We could do Monday night. Yeah, I'm down here. Well, I'm not. Yeah. I'm down. I'm closer to Katie. Yes. Exactly. Where are we going to go? Twin Peaks? Where are we headed? Find a spot. This is your neck of the woods down here. I don't know the spots. King D says exactly. What is this thing? Look who's calling me. Momentum. What is that? Suspected spam. I'm starting to suspect that King D is a spy for DraftKings. What does DraftKings need spies for in here? These guys, again, I don't want to bash any books. I mean, who knows? They'll end up paying me one day. And I hate, real fast with the sports books. Then I'm going to get out of here. So I've been doing sites for a long time. I had my own site back in early 2000s. And somebody's like, oh, I know somebody would get you a affiliate link to sites. And I just no, I never took an affiliate to any of the offshores. I just felt like if I went to a site and saw that, wouldn't it be like, well, why do they want you? If you're winning, why would a sportsbook want your clientele? But then it comes down to, I was talking to another guy, famous guy. You've seen him. He's been all over. And I want to say, I'm not going to name drop, but he's a friend. And we're talking about it. He said, this is him talking. He said, I got some flack from people. But you know what? He's like, people who buy picks, they're not just going to have your games. They're going to come and bet that and do their own thing. They know though, the sportsbooks know that no matter, great, I have a great NFL, college basketball, baseball, hockey, NBA, whatever the case may be. That person is going to be on the sportsbook and just bet whatever they want to bet. They don't have the discipline as someone like me. And they're right. I don't know. So now, pay me, baby. I don't care. Bills up 7-0. I like it. Twin Peaks or Bombshells. I've never been to where's Bombshells? Did I go to Twin Peaks? That's on 10, isn't it? Either one. We'll talk about it tomorrow, Fernando. We'll pick one. I'll do one. I don't know which one's whatever. Just tell me. King D. If you're a man who's been incarcerated, you know about paperwork. Erica, what overs do I like today? Are we talking NFL overs for the game? I mean, I like Minnesota under. I like Cincy over. Those are my two NFL totals. But if we're talking college, I got a Rutgers under. Rutgers under 135, Quinny -6, Vikings 3, Bills first half, Cincy first half, NBA Thunder are the picks today. Michael, you're welcome. That's it. Long show today. We're out of here. Look headlines, right? We should have a look headline show tonight. We will have next weekend's playoff odds up. I will be here. Hopefully you will too. Have a good Sunday.